Congratulations on taking this very important first step. You have decided you're going to look into the art alternative, which helped cure me from my own lupus. And I didn't come upon this because of anything but falling flat on my face into it. I moved about 30 minutes a day, and I was in pain all the time because I had lupus. And, oh, that's a nasty, terribly nasty thing. So, I loved art, and even though I was only able to move about 30 minutes a day and completely disabled by this terrible condition, or chronic illness, Bill noticed that the Denver Art Museum was having an Impressionist show. I love the Impressionists. I mean, Monet is so wonderful and smooth, and Renoir has these little clumps, and Pissarro left open spaces of canvas, had nothing on them at all, at least from what you can see. So we get through the show, and oh, it was beautiful and extraordinary. And we get back to the car, and Bill asked me the question that you always ask a person who's dealing with a chronic illness, and that is,
how you feel?
And for once, it wasn't terrible, and it wasn't bad. It was not bad. And this made us stop, because you're in that flow and you're so used to this answer coming up, and this is what we have to deal with. Him as my caregiver, and me as the person who was dealing with the illness. So I looked down at the clock in the car, and it said that 3.5 hours had passed. And it had been years since I had seen 3.5 hours of anything. So, with all of this, we started looking into why it is that art had such a profound effect on me that day. And through trial and error, we came up with the art alternative course. And that's what we're going to be taking you through.
I was her caregiver, as she's mentioned, and for so many years I was being reactive, and I had all the symptoms of caregiver burnout, the depression, the anger, the guilt, so many different things, and it went on and on. Those, I'm sure your list is the same. It goes on and on as a caregiver. But as for the chronic pain, I was now able to, with this program, we were finally able to see a proactive side for me where I could help her, because I couldn't help her with the doctors. I couldn't help her with any of the diets and whatever the doctors said. And as she said, she couldn't exercise. So this was very helpful for me mentally as well as the caregiver. So we just want to share with you what worked for us.
Now, I want to ask you, if you have a broken leg, you go to the hospital. If you have a rash, you go to a doctor and you get some cream. And people who I'm talking to here who have a chronic illness, we've probably been to doctors 100 times. And I found that if you want to go to someone, you go to someone with a specialty. Our specialty, because I'm an artist on the creative spectrum, and he is halfway there, is the visuals. So you go to an artist for visuals, and you go to a doctor for creams and prescriptions and the other things that you need. And this whole program is based upon visuals and art. And that's why we are the right people for you to be listening to. That, we're not doctors, but we are very highly visual, artistic people.
And so we take this as a team approach where she has had the chronic illness and has survived through it. I, being the caregiver, have survived it as well. Where we are today is where we want to share, and hopefully that you can get there as well.
Yeah, there has been some medical approval on what we are doing from a chiropractor, an energy practitioner, and a magnetic resonance practitioner. All people who don't use drugs. doctors who believe that there is more. There is something inside of you that can cure you. I know, I mean, they call it a placebo effect, and how many people in this world have been healed from a placebo effect? All we're doing is finding a way to tap into that placebo effect using art and your own mind and your own actions. We're not telling you to do anything, we're not taking you through, we're not walking you through. There's no side effects. Just you being able to enact a difference on your body. And that's very important.
So you probably heard of people that have gone through the miracles. Oh, it's a miracle that, I was cured. Overnight, I was healed.
Yeah.
It's not far from the truth, but you do have to do the work. And we want to help you with that. We want to show you what that work is, how your mind can help heal your body. But you got to do the work. So we invite you to come along with us and go through all the steps, make this a habit, so that you can find a cure.
Yeah, we pieced it together this way so that it's easy for you to follow. It took me 2 years to put this whole thing together so that I could cure myself, but it'll take you not that long. Do it at your own pace, though. I understand people with chronic illnesses might have a little less energy in a day to be able to enact this. So make sure you're not using everything that you got. Just do little bits and pieces and take it at your own pace, and it will still work out as a wonderful, wonderful resource for you, in my opinion, as a non-doctor. First, we're going to learn how to gather our energy to supercharge your actions.
We're going to take you through the process of creating an intent statement that your subconscious will then understand that this is what it needs to do for the body. We'll help you with that.
We're going to go over the 15 looking techniques that help you fully immerse in your right brain so you can get the most out of looking at art brain-wise.
We will, this process will also help you to control your inner strength and help you live a better life.
We're going to go over your perfect result and help you craft it so there's no negatives in there. And what you actually get as a perfect result is exactly what you want.
We'll help you set up your space where you need to do this, and the time. We'll go over that because it has to be kind of consistent. So we'll go over that with you as well.
We'll help you craft the perfect 15 minutes. And to make sure that even when you're not in that 15 minutes, that your body is still working, even if you aren't. So, they told me over and over and over again that I was incurable. There was no hope. There was only maintenance. And I didn't believe it. And if you're looking at this, you don't believe it either. We're all about hope. We're not doctors. We're visual people who tripped into this, and here we are. Because, not that it's my calling, I love being an artist. It's because if I don't do it, I'd be pretty mean. If I don't tell people how to do this, to me, that would be a pretty bad person. So, go ahead and hit the button down below. Walk with us through this journey. And let's see if you can get the same kind of result that I got by doing the same thing.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.